It's not clickbait. On March 9th, I will be hosting my last Theory episode, at which point I will be handing off the channels to someone else. It's not clickbait. On March 9th, I will be hosting my last Theory episode, at which point I will be handing off the channels to someone else. There it is. That's it. Send tweet. We're all done here. That's all you need to know, right? Oh, wow. Forgive me, by the way, if I'm a little bit more disorganized than usual. Normally, I would want to script out something like this pretty precisely. But with an announcement like this, I wanted to bring it back to just us. There's no one else in the room. There's no teleprompters. There's no nothing. It's just the way that this whole thing started. It's a conversation between us. And sorry that I keep getting emotional about this. I'll try not to, but it's a big deal. You know, like, if you think about it, this channel is Steph and my first child, really. Before we had Ollie.
If you haven't heard, I saw the rumor like 2 days ago. 2 days ago was when I saw this rumor that MatPat is leaving the internet. And I thought I would look it up last night. And I saw it last night and decided that I would react to it this morning. And I really and truly, even as I was watching the video last night, I was saying to myself, yo, this can't be true. Because, you know, a lot of people loved MatPat as the game theorist, you know, and his famous line at the end of his videos, that's just a theory, a game theory. Thanks for watching. And my ultimate favorite game theory videos was the one where he did on Mario, like the very first Mario Brothers, the Super Mario Brothers, sorry, not the very first Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers, and the two others, the one on Mega Man and the one on Sonic. The one on Mega Man where he, you know, was playing devil's advocate and saying that Dr. Wily is actually good and that Mega Man is the enemy. And the one on Sonic where he was theorizing that Sonic is not actually going as fast as the speed of sound. A lot of us loved his game theories. I mean, I haven't watched it in years, but I know that if I were to watch his game theories, his videos would truly and truly be awesome regardless. In any case, let's continue watching and see what he's saying.
Before we had Skip.
Oh, before I even continue, if you can look, like this take is like probably the best take because he's probably been crying a lot. So, you know, he's trying to hold himself together while, you know, giving the news that he is, you know, moving away, stepping away and retiring from doing it. But you can definitely see that the guy has been crying for quite some time, and they did a lot of takes with him bursting into tears, and this is probably the best takes they could actually use. They're stitching takes together. You can see that they're actually stitching takes together.
MatPat, like, it was this was our baby. This channel has been going for 13 years.
Wow,
I think in total it's somewhere
years.
around like 1,200 theories, and only half of those are FNAF. Shocking. I know we actually did stuff that wasn't FNAF related, but
I haven't seen his other channels.
A literal third of my life, and I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss this. I value what we have here. I value this conversation, this openness, this relationship that we share. And I'm sad that I won't be able to see you every week. Which then I guess prompts the question of, like, why? Why am I doing this now? Why am I making this announcement today? Why am I walking away from the channels?
Yeah, man. See, if you look at the tears, you can see that the guy is he is broken up about it. He's really broken up about it. And it's almost as if he didn't want to do it, but he's going to mention another guy named Tom Scott that you see right here on my screen, and he's going to get into the story, but he's taking a while to build up to it. But at least he just told us point blank as the video started that, listen, I am done.
Well, to be honest, it was Tom Scott. You can blame Tom Scott. Tom just did his farewell video, and I'm like, well, he was able to do it. I want to be able to fly away in a helicopter. Obviously, that's not it. But really, my reasons for making this announcement today is probably largely the same as Tom's reasons, or Seth Everman's, or Captain Sparkles, or Papa Meats, or Stampy Longheads. Like, there's a lot of these videos that are coming out these days, and there's going to be a lot more happening throughout this year. Steph and I have known this video would be coming for the last 3 years. We weren't sure it was necessarily going to be today. We didn't know exactly when it would fall, but we knew it was going to happen eventually.
So they've been thinking about doing this for the latter part of 3 years. Can you imagine that? While the man is doing like great content and enjoying himself, etc., and it looks like he's enjoying himself, they've been thinking about how best to retire from the channel.
That's why over the last couple of years we've been staffing up so much. That's why we partnered with a larger company to help run the channels. That's why we've been spending so much time outside of this box training up the team to make the best videos that they can, because we knew that we couldn't do this forever. We knew that, honestly, we didn't want to do this forever. For as much as I love you, and I love overthinking things, and I love theorizing, I don't love late nights. I don't love the fact that Steph and I have been work first for over a decade, where I'm sitting down at dinner with my best friend, and we're talking about business logistics, or we're talking about animatronic toes. I miss the days where I could just sit down on the couch with her and play video games, and it's not for content. Or I'm playing a game and I'm not thinking about what theories are going to come out of that. I miss it. So that's a big...
I can't imagine what he means by that, because even as I started my YouTube channel on gaming, I'm basically like looking at all the things that I do and just thinking about the content that I could make out of it. I have so many unplayed games, and like being a father and working and going back and forth to work and trying to make content out of the games that I play rather than just enjoying them has become a little bit stressing to me. It has become, even though I'm not a large channel, it has become a little bit stressing to me. So I understand exactly what he's saying. Especially, my channel is called Daddy Daughter Gaming, and most of the times I don't put my daughter on the channel because most times she's asleep by the time I start playing. And then in the daytime before I go to work, she's still asleep. So, I can understand exactly what he's saying and how he feels about that as a father. You know what I mean?
Reason. That was a big one right there. But also just the internet's changing. My life has changed in the last 13 years. I mentioned Dolly before. He's the coolest little dude, and he's getting older by the minute. And I watch him, and he has so much fun. And he is so much smarter than I was when I was his age. He also probably knows the FNAF lore better than I do, which is a problem that I should probably address at some point. But honestly, I want to be able to spend more time with him. Another sad fact of the matter is I'm getting older. I'm 37 now. The other day, I actually had to Google my own age. And you know that when you have to start like doing math in your head to calculate how old you are over the hill, my friends. Though to be fair...
Yeah, I'm 40 years old, and like I said before, I get where he's coming from, because there are so many things that you have to do, so many things that you want to get done before you actually get a chance to spend time with the children. And it's like you're kind of watching them from the sidelines grow up, because there's a point in my marriage where I basically would come home and not be able to interact with my children because By the time I come home, they're in bed sleeping. And, I get a little bit of hours during the day because, I'm a gymnastics coach and my work doesn't start until the evening, which is good for me. But at the same time, I have so much work to do sometimes that I don't get a chance to spend time with them. You know what I mean? So I understand exactly what he's saying. I understand it 100% what he's saying.
To my credit, I think I'm like the only 37-year-old out there who has an unironic appreciation of Skibbity Toilet. Then again, maybe that's the problem, right? Like, maybe that's not a good thing. And honestly, because this is all about us being honest, there is a bit of a selfish side to this. When you think about it, there's only really two ways to step away from a YouTube channel. You either just decide the day that you stop uploading and you're like, I'm done, or you just keep uploading videos from now until the heat death of the universe, and you watch as your relevance slowly dies or your passion slowly dies. And for me and my journey in this place, I always wanted to go out on a high note. And when you stop and look at the last year, this has been the best year in the theorist lifespan ever. Like, no joke. It is our highest view year. It is the year where we launched Style Theory and immediately put our foothold in a brand new space, and that took off, and now we're one of the top style and fashion channels on YouTube, and that kind of completes the trifecta.
Listen, folks, we're giving away these priceless $1,000 gold bills for free. That's right, for a very limited
Of, hey, we now have a top channel in 4 different verticals that are completely different, and no other YouTuber really has ever been able to do it to that scale. That's amazing. This is also the year where I was able to meet you guys at our Broadway show. I was able to play at the PGA and show that, hey, YouTubers aren't particularly...
He did a Broadway show? Whoa, I have not been keeping up with MatPat, man.
...really good at golf, but they can make your event relevant for like a couple of minutes. It was also the year that I got to host the Streamy Awards, and it wasn't cringe. I mean, to be fair, the Streamy Awards are always a little bit cringe, but it was the right amount of cringe. When I pull up videos of all my favorite creators, and I watch them, and all of a sudden I start hearing people just casually dropping, "That's just a theory."
It's just a theory, a game theory.
Now, this is just a theory, people.
At the end of the day, it's just a game theory.
That's just a theory. A Freebirds theory.
Also a lot of lore, so if you're a big theory head, proceed at your own risk.
I did not know about this theory.
That's a theory.
That right there, that is incredible. And that's the note that I want to leave on. And that's how you just know it's the right time. All of those reasons coming together, saying, hey, this is the moment. And that's hard to say, because change is scary. Change is hard. But sometimes the right decision isn't the easy decision. The easy decision would just be to carry on doing this and do FNAF Part 332. But that wouldn't be the right decision. I think the best way to explain it is with a video game analogy. Feels appropriate, right? Whoa, it's game theory, ha! Did it. Check the game part of it off. But the way I like to think about it is Earthbound. I think I've made it pretty clear over the years that that is, without question, my favorite game of all time. Sans' Nest, all that, you're all familiar with that. But what you might not be familiar with at this point is how the game ends. At the end of Earthbound, after you save the world, everything opens up to you. You can revisit every single location that you've been to, you can talk to every NPC that you met on your journey. And it's this incredible moment as a gamer. You see just how many lives have been impacted thanks to your journey. And then after spending as much time as you want talking to all those people, you end up back home. You go back to where it all began, where you were just a kid waking up in bed and starting your adventure. And even though your mom's there and your dog's there and your weird telephone dad's there, it feels different somehow. Like, sure, this is still a place of love and acceptance and comfort and security, but you just don't quite fit anymore. Because you just traveled the world. You made all these new friends. You are different. You grew up. And your relationship to this place grows up. It evolves. In case you couldn't tell, I'm Ness, which I guess would also mean that I'm also Sans. But I was also Ness in the FNAF movie, which just opens up all sorts of weird canon. Slap a thumbnail on that one. So anyway, there you have it. That is why I'm leaving. I hope you can understand. But that obviously begs the question of, like, what happens to the channels? Well, for the next 10 weeks, we're going to have ourselves a big old going away party. If
Alright, so I'm gonna end it on that. I mean, I watched the entire video. I would suggest you do the same if you'd like more information on what he's saying. But I totally like family life and maintaining a channel. It's hard. It's very hard. And I totally get and understand where he's coming from, where this is concerned. And MatPat, I guess I don't speak for everybody on the internet, but I wish you the best, my friend. And spend time with your family, watch your children grow up, spend time with your children, engage with your children and stuff like that. And in the video, like, he does say that he'll probably play like a more back role on it. He'll just like be in the background, doing stuff here and there with it. So good luck, MatPat. Take care of yourself, my friend.